Hello, lovelies. It's that time of the week again. This is what I wore last week with one little cheat. This is the little cheat because this technically arrived today, which is Saturday. So I'm filming this the day after my week ended technically. But I figured people would be interested in this, so I thought I would put it into the video. So let's just start with, it's starting to get cold in the UK. It's getting chilly. You'll notice I had a few perfumes that I wouldn't wear any time other than when it's a bit chilly. And also, as I said last week, I was getting a bit ill, so I wasn't like hideously sick this week. I was just a little bit off. And thankfully, it wasn't tonsillitis and didn't get an absolutely ridiculous cold, but I kind of got through the week because I had some important jobs I needed to do, and then on Friday my body just went "Rah!" So I actually had to take a sick day. But Saturday I'm feeling better because I got lots of rest. And now let's talk about the perfumes. So I'm going to start with this. Now, the lovely Verset Petite notified me of this when she saw it on Fragrantica. I think it came up onto Fragrantica yesterday at some point. If you're on Instagram, make sure you follow Verset Petite. She's got really lovely posts about perfumes, and she knows that I have a lot of SJP perfumes and that I tend to quite like Sarah Jessica Parker's style. And then Portia also let me know on Instagram as well. So I feel like that's really nice. Like, there's some people who watch my channel who love perfumes, and both, by the way, are Instagrammers, and you should check out Portia Parfum as well. I think I just am now sort of known as loving SJP. I guess I'm one of the people who's done videos, quite a lot of videos about her perfumes. I do like to buy them as soon as they come out. This one randomly came out at a place called Fragrance House. So we were kind of chatting on Instagram like, do you think this is like legit? And it was. I ordered it on the Friday. They posted it immediately and it arrived today. And it was like about, I think it was about £15 including postage and packing for this 30ml. Now, I'm going to read you the notes and then I'm going to explain why I only got the 30ml. Although, let me just take this out of the box first. Although I do rather like this box. I mean, I'm just saying, this box and this bottle is what the perfume inside a lovely summer should have been in, for real. Like, I don't get it. But anyway, this is the cute... Look how cute this little bottle is. It is adorbs. So, let me see. Can you see it a bit? I'm not sure where it looks. Yeah, let's put it up here so you can kind of see it better. But it's so dark at the top, it is kind of hard to see. But if you remember, I did literally say, I feel like this is a perfume that, this is the kind of colour that a lovely summer should be in. So anyway, so this is a lovely Noir. Brand new perfume. Now the notes listed for lovely Noir are mandarin orange, pear and jasmine in the top. So the jasmine's the only bit of that I was like, And then the mid notes, benzoin, sandalwood and peony. Now I love benzoin, I love sandalwood, but peony I can struggle with. However, peony is one of the main notes in SJP's Born Lovely, and I love that perfume. But then the base. The base, patchouli, amber and vetiver, and I was like, oh no, I don't think this is going to be for me. But because of my channel, and because sometimes SJP perfumes with notes that I wouldn't think I'd like, I do sometimes really enjoy them. Like I said, Born Lovely has patchouli, it has peony, so I was like, let's just try this. It's not expensive, I can pass this on very easily. So this extremely cute little 30ml bottle, this is not at all for me. This has a lot of patchouli in it, and to me this smells, it's sweet. It's one of her sweeter perfumes. I'm trying to think if there's anything of hers that is quite as sweet as this. I mean, I guess Stash Unspoken is actually quite a sweet perfume, but this has a slightly thicker sweetness, I'd say. This is sweet and it's warm. The benzoin is doing a really nice job here. I think there's probably vanilla in here as well, to be honest, even though it's not listed. But I really get the vetiver, amber and patchouli, and I don't really like this. This smells like a flowery fruit chewy to me. It's got It's very irritating because I feel like I've smelt a perfume that smells very similar to this, and possibly I've smelt lots of perfumes that smell a bit similar to this, but because those aren't perfumes that I have in my collection, I really struggle to actually think of the specifics. I mean, this one, the first thing, and the thing I keep saying, is that if you like things like Donna Born in Roma, you'll probably quite like Lovely Noir. And I'm saying that as someone who doesn't really like these kind of perfumes, but I feel like if you like slightly thicker, warm, sweet fruit tuiles, which is kind of what I get from Donna Born in Roma. I mean, I feel maybe Born in Roma is a bit more fruity, a bit more juicy than this one. But you do get you get a hint of the mandarin orange and you get the sweetness from the pear. So I feel like maybe fruit tuile is a fair assumption, a fair comment, I should say, about this. But I was worried that actually this had that tarry aroma chemical in it, but when it's on my skin, I actually think that's just the vetiver, which smells hideous on me. Like, a lot of vetiver just does not smell good on me, and it starts to smell a bit masculine, and then I think it gets that, I sometimes think it's that tarry smell. But in the deep dry down, this wasn't really tarry, so thank goodness for that, because I would have been sad if Sarah Jessica Parker perfume started to get that aroma chemical in. But I think it's really just, I don't necessarily love amber perfumes very much, but I definitely don't like vetiver and patchouli very much, so this is just not for me. I mean, I don't think anyone's compared it to anything yet, and I think I might be the only person so far on Fragrantica who has actually smelt this perfume. But any of you guys, if you've got this, if it arrives and you're watching this, tell me what you think of it. If it reminds you of something, then please tell me. Yeah, I mean, really my only thing that I can say is that I think it's... I'm not going to say Prada Paradox, because it's not like I'm smelling this and going, this smells like Prada Paradox. But it's kind of like a more mature take on that kind of scent to me. Like, just the things that I think probably will be popular with lots of people, but I just don't really like it. So yeah, I'm not going to say I'm disappointed, because to be honest, when I looked at the notes, I was already quite sure I wouldn't like this. And I would say... because if I look at the original Lovely, I feel like this shares a few of the same notes. Has it got mandarin in? Yeah, so you've got the same. You've got the mandarin, the patchouli, you've got woodsy notes, you've got amber. And I just don't really like the original Lovely. It doesn't work on me. I find it very, very sour. It's got that same kind of citrus patchouli mixture that I get in... Coco Mademoiselle, which I also really dislike. All of the versions of that, and Coco Noir, I find them very, very sour, and the same with Lovely. But I feel like if you like Lovely and you like the patchouli and the wood in there, then maybe you will just enjoy this for being like a sweet, cozy, warm version of Lovely, which maybe is what they were going for here. But yeah, I mean, to be honest, not my fave, but yeah. Anyway, I had to try it, didn't I? I had to try it. I had to try the new Lovely. It was the law. So that is Lovely Noir by Sarah Jessica Parker. Now I've got to see how many things I can fit on here, because that was not originally part of my plan. Let's go with... oh, okay. So on my... from my sick bed, I wanted to just wear something when I woke up that's kind of clean, comforting, comfortable, and I hadn't worn this in a while, so I went for this one. This is Mon Petite from Lolita Lempicka. In fact, you know, I wore 2 perfumes this week that are specifically designed for mamas and babies. So this was the one I had on for most of the day. Just absolutely lovely, musky, floral, gentle, slightly sweet perfume. Very much a skin scent. So this is Mon Petite, the Eau de Toilette. You can also get the original version of this, which is completely alcohol-free, which is just called Mon Petite. And it's exactly the same bottle, but it has a kind of beige bow instead of this blue one. So this particular perfume, this has notes of anise, marshmallow in the top, middle notes of freesia, orange blossom and linden blossom, base notes white musk and sugared almonds. And you can smell all of those things. The anise isn't like super strong, and the sugared almonds also aren't super strong, and the marshmallow isn't super strong. This to me is more of a slightly sweetened, creamy, kind of lotiony musk. So the freesia orange blossom and the linden blossom are the things I by far get the most here. I have a little sample of the original, like the alcohol-free version, and that one pretty much smells exactly the same as this. It's just this one's a little bit stronger. Interestingly, like a couple of people have compared this to pink sugar, which fascinates me because, I mean, it really makes me feel like I need to smell pink sugar again. I did buy it early on when I was in that period of time watching YouTubers and buying stuff that they really like, and then discovering that I definitely don't like the same stuff as everyone else. So I did have pink sugar briefly, and I passed it on quite quickly because I didn't like the kind of vanilla that was in there, even though I really like licorice. So you never know, maybe I need to have another sniff of that and see whether my tastes have changed enough. But I really like Mon Petite. You can get this for a decent price. They often have like, not that you'd necessarily need it, certainly if you're not me, because I've never had children, but you can get normally like a little bottle with like a little baby rattle or something. Probably quite a nice gift actually. It's very soft, and I imagine for women who are pregnant and are very, very sensitive to perfumes, or maybe want something that's very gentle if they're breastfeeding or when they're hugging their little baby, then this is the kind of thing that I think would work quite well. I mean, you have to really like linden blossom, and you have to be able to deal with kind of a musky scent. But anyway, let's jump to the next one. I mean, let's actually go for this one. We might as well stick with it because, again, I'm not going to talk too long because I keep wearing this all the time. I still haven't found anything that smells like it. I'm obsessed. I love it. So I wore my Flirt Defendu again from Lolita Lempicka. Let me just try and... these are going to look really weird. Don't think I can fit the other one on. Don't know, maybe. I might have to put my little thin one there. So, Fleur Defendu. Defendue. It means forbidden flower. I know that because I looked it up, but it's my absolute all-time favourite version of Lolita Lempicka. Out of all the Lolita Lempickas that have the DNA of the original Lolita Lempicka, which this one does, but it has mimosa and strawberry leaf in it, which gives it, weirdly to me, I think it smells like apples, like beautiful apples in an orchard with loads of mimosa, and then sitting on top of a more gentle, sheerer version of the original Lolita Lempicka. So you've got mimosa, wormwood, strawberry leaf and stem greens in the top. And then you go back into like the more classic notes from Lolita Lempicka. Violet, anise, peony, iris, base notes, almond, cherry and musk. And literally just sniffing it now, I'm like, I should have worn this today. Even though I've got a very nice perfume on, I'm just like, oh God, it just smells so delicious. So yeah, I'm just obsessed and I love it. And I will have to keep wearing it because I'm obsessed. So I'm going to jump over to this tiny one because this was what I wore in the evening after I'd been wearing Mon Petite on the day I didn't feel very well. And pretty much, I'd been making a video about something. Oh, I was filming a haul. That's what I was doing in the evening. I was just like, I'm just going to sit and film a haul. It doesn't really take anything out of me when I'm not feeling well. So I had this in the haul and then I was like, I just have to wear it because it's so lush. So Verset Petite. So this is the one that's supposed to be a dupe of Bulgari. I think it's called Petit Enomos, which I assume means mother and babies. But this one to me just smells almost like it's a dupe of Lolita Lempicka L'Eau en Blanc. So it has, I mean, they tell you that what's in this is bergamot, chamomile and iris. But what's in L'Eau en Blanc is also violet and raspberry. And it's got like powdery notes and musk. And I would say this smells like that. This smells like there is a fruit in it. And I would hazard a guess it smells kind of like raspberry. Almost like a raspberry jelly or something. It's just got this yummy scent to it. It's definitely got violet in it. I can smell it. I would say there's probably violet, rose, chamomile. It's lovely. Lovely. And you can definitely smell the iris. It's very sweet. It's very baby powdery. I love it. It's delicious. It's beautiful. So yeah, I wore that one in the evening. I was ready for something a bit thicker, and it was just so lush. So that one's really good. Now then, where do we go from here? Oh yeah! Okay, another video I was filming. I've filmed so many videos. It's going to take me a while to edit them, but what I'm trying to do is, like, whenever I have time, I'm filming it so that then when I have a little bit of spare time, I can do little bits of editing, and then I have loads of videos ready for kind of well into the next year. So that if I'm away a lot and busy during the festive period, which I often am a bit busy, then I have stuff already done. So I'm pre-planning a lot of stuff, and this perfume was in one of those videos, and my goodness, I sniffed it and I was like, I'm wearing that tomorrow. I had to. It makes me happy, but I can see why this would really rub some people up the wrong way. Tocade from Rochas. This is a perfume that I sprayed on in the morning. I did not have to reapply because it's a classic. I think originally is this from the 90s originally? And then this is the 2018 version, so this is basically just the modern formulation. They give you slightly different notes here. So this new Tocade, or the modern Tocade, says top notes of geranium and bergamot, middle notes of rose, iris, jasmine, base notes vanilla, amber, tonka bean, labdanum and almond. But I'm going to click. So yeah, there you go. The original was launched in 1994, and you can tell it smells like late 80s, early 90s perfumes. And this one is a bit fuller, and I think maybe explains it quite well. So it's got top notes of geranium, freesia, bergamot and green notes, middle notes of rose, iris, orchid, magnolia, jasmine and lily of the valley, and then base notes of vanilla, amber, patchouli, musk and cedar. And I do get a little bit of patchouli here, and it's got a very similar base, I'd say, to the dry down and the base of Cashmere. So it's almost like, I think I've said this before, but Cashmere to me smells like a peachy, apricot-y, ylang and vanilla amber perfume, right? With a kind of ever so slightly powdery, slightly synthetic, odd patchouli vanilla dry down. And this one to me smells kind of like a lemon and rose version of that same perfume. I feel like it's got a similar texture. It's got a similar patchouli. It's got a similar amber. It's got a similar vanilla. But it has like this Turkish delighty feel to it, because it's got, I mean, it says the almond and labdanum, which it doesn't list I don't think in the old version, but it has in the new version. And I feel like probably all the notes from the old version plus the amber and plus the almond and the labdanum from the new version is probably what this perfume actually is. And you do get like, it smells like lemon and rose Turkish delight with powdered sugar and a few little almonds. But then it's on this kind of vintage ambery base. This one just really makes me smile. Like, it actually genuinely was making me smile when I was making the video. It was making me smile when I put it on, and it's making me smile again now. There's just something about it that makes me smile. And it is the Turkish delighty feel of it. I mean, it's not at all literal. Like, this is a very perfumey perfume. Don't buy it thinking it's going to smell like Turkish delight, just Turkish delight. It smells like a 90s, maybe possibly even slightly late 80s perfume interpretation of some kind of deep, warm Turkish delight. Like, it just is so joyous. So it brought me a lot of happiness. It lasted all day. It's really pretty. I just think it's such a good value and interesting perfume. If I look at what it's been compared to, I'm trying to see. It's been compared to Cabotin Rosalie, but I don't really agree with that, because that's a very violety perfume to me. There you go. Cashmere's in there. That is it Hannah Moray? The one that everyone used to compare to. I saw people talking about it all the time, and then everyone decluttered it when they got Ylang in Gold. So yeah, it's been compared to Ylang in Gold. That's what I mean. It kind of has this similar dry down to those perfumes, but it doesn't smell peachy and apricot-y and ylang-ylangy. It smells rosy and kind of lemony, bergamoty, citrusy. Anyway, I've been talking about it for ages. I think it's really good. It's such a good perfume, and I really enjoyed wearing it. And then on one of the days I was going to work, I had my over-the-knee leather boots on, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to put on one of my smoky vanillas. And it was cold, but it wasn't like super mega cold. So I thought, rather than going for Baby Cat, I'd go for Eau Duelle EDP. Now, this is a really beautiful perfume. I really enjoyed wearing it, but I definitely don't like this one as much as I like the EDT. So I don't want to make the same mistake I made with Burberry Brit, which I got rid of the EDT because I preferred the EDP. And then I ended up being like, but I don't like wearing that one in hot weather. So I ended up rebuying the EDT for the same price that for more actually than I'd bought the 100ml bottle for. And I got a 50ml. So anyway, that was a long way of saying, I keep thinking about this one and thinking, if it's very similar to the EDT, do I really need this EDP? Because now I have Baby Cat. If I want to wear a smoky vanilla, I can. And if I just want to wear something that's just an interesting kind of green vanilla that still has, like, I wouldn't call it smoky, but it's still got this kind of strange feel to it, then I could just wear the EDT. And I do love the EDT. I'm thinking about it because I really love this one as well. But I mean, how many bottles of something that smells this similar do I need? This is the question. But at the same time, I sniff it and I love it. But I definitely like the EDT more. It almost has a bit more vanilla in it, I think, than this one. Or at least it comes out slightly more vanillic on me. Or possibly, because this one is a bit more smoky, it just kind of changes how much of the vanilla you notice. I don't know. But it is still very similar. They only give you a few notes. They give you bourbon, vanilla, incense, cypriol oil and pink pepper. But honestly, I'm pretty sure it's still got tea in it. I'm pretty sure it's still got quite a lot of the notes that the original does. It's probably still got the olibanum and the cardamom and the juniper. It's probably got all of that still. But it's got a much stronger kind of, not a much stronger, but a slightly stronger smoky scent. I wonder if it's got the ambergris. Let me sniff. Yeah, there's still something salty in here. I mean, I sniff it and I love it. And I'm thinking, I'm obviously not going to get rid of it. But I feel like maybe what I should say is that if we manage to buy a house sometime next year, or I say a house, probably a flat. If we've saved enough money towards the end of next year to actually buy our own home, then... And when I say buy our own home, I mean get an absolutely friggin' huge mortgage in order to buy a home in London. Let's be realistic about this. Then if I had to get rid of some perfumes, if I had to downsize, this is probably one that I would not keep, just because I would absolutely just keep the EDT and I would wear that all the time instead of kind of dividing my time between the two. But for now, because I have space, I'm going to keep hold of it just in case I change my mind. But yeah, it's really gorgeous, don't get me wrong. I just love that kind of green kick and the sweet vanilla that comes through on my skin so beautifully in the EDT. And this one it's still, I think, maybe just as sweet, but I don't find it quite as creamy, I think, or quite as... Is that even right? Is it even... I mean, Eau Duelle isn't even really creamy. Just less obviously vanilla, maybe, is what I'm trying to say. It's very hard to explain the difference between these two perfumes because they are so similar. And to anyone just smelling me, you probably wouldn't know the difference. But I think if you're wearing them, you can smell the difference. It's a very tricky one. But either way, look, it's beautiful. I love it. It is lush, but... All right. Okay, another quick one because I just wear it all the time and I love it. And I nearly put this on again today, to be honest. Oh, and then I smell it and I think I should have put it on today and I should wear it every single day. Oh my god, it's so good. All right. Mon Guerlain. I wear it a lot. Let me just... What have I got? I'm going to put my smallest one in front of her. Because lovely Noir is going to get absolutely squished otherwise. So, Mon Guerlain. Absolutely delicious. Love it. It's my sweet, cosy lavender dream. I wear it... I wore this on the weekend and I quite often want to wear this at the weekend because if I'm just at home and I want to be cosy and it's a bit chilly, I just want to wear sweet lavender. Like, I just love it. So this is lavender and bergamot in the top, mid notes of iris, jasmine, sambac and rose, base notes Tahitian vanilla, coumarin, Australian sandalwood, benzoin, licorice and patchouli. I don't really get patchouli in this, to be honest, but all the other notes I kind of get a little bit of everything, but mainly lavender, vanilla, tonka, sandalwood, benzoin and a little bit of licorice, and then maybe a little bit of iris, but I don't really, you know. Anyway, I talk about it all the time. It's my favourite, so. Oh, the hit. Okay, so let's talk about one I haven't worn for ages. This tiny babe, this little babe. So this was basically on a morning when I'd seen the weather and they were like, it's about to get cold. And I thought, cool, I'm going to break out something that's too sweet for me to wear when it's not cold. And I was just looking at my little perfume that I hadn't worn for a while and thinking, which one should I wear? And then basically I just panicked and I couldn't really think. So I grabbed this one and sprayed it on because I knew that I have the Scentology Vanilla Woods and Velvet Woods Vanilla Latte or something it's called, which basically smells like a dupe of this. So this is Britney Spears' Prerogative. Gosh, it's dark there, isn't it? It's so dark. Let's see. Okay. So this is top notes of apricot, goji berries and pink pepper. Middle notes of coffee, saffron, red lily. Base notes sandalwood and amberwood. This is a very lovely, quite easy to wear perfume, I would say, but it wasn't quite cold enough yet. Like the day after it got super cold and I was like, oh God, if I'd have worn it on this day, I would have loved it. But this was almost too sweet for me, to be honest, on the day that I wore it. But it's such a lovely scent. It's like so pretty. The thing with this one though, is it does remind me, or I should say, what's it called? I have a perfume from Elizabeth Arden called White Tea Vanilla Orchid. And I feel like that perfume actually smells quite similar to this. I'm not sure why. I don't think they really like share many of the same notes. But that is obviously a kind of less thick, even though it's probably equally quite sweet, or maybe not quite as sweet. It's kind of a sheerer, brighter, slightly lighter, less syrupy version of this. But it smells really similar, or at least, yeah, it does, because it kind of smells like a mixture of this and Katy Perry's Indie. And I think I can see why some people compare this to Indie, because it almost has that slightly coconutty sandalwood in the base. It does kind of smell like there's sandalwood in this. I don't really think that the notes explain why this smells the way it does, because it's creamy. It smells like a one shot of coffee in an absolutely massive, very creamy cup of hot milk with a splash of like caramel syrup and then a splash of goji berry syrup. Like that's how I describe this one, but it also has that kind of slightly coconutty sandalwood. So I really enjoy it, but again, if I have to downsize, I will probably get rid of this one because I have the other thing that smells like it, and I think maybe the one I have at work is not quite as sweet as this. It smells very similar, but I don't think it's quite as syrupy. So that one's almost easier. So when I was putting it on when I was at work, I was like, okay, this one's maybe a little bit easier. So it might be that eventually I will say goodbye to this purely because it is just so sweet. But I do also really like it. And today, you see, I'm wearing something with berries in that I didn't wear at all last year because I was absolutely not into berries. And I also go through phases where I'm not enjoying really sweet perfumes. So it's probably also sensible for me not to declutter at any time soon because I might come back round to wearing very, very sweet perfumes. So anyway, last one on the list. And speaking of sweet perfumes, this is one I ended up wearing on the very cold day. And actually, if I'd have swapped these two round, I think that would have been a better idea because this is very sweet, but it's not quite as sweet as this. So this is Vera Wang Embrace French Lavender and Tuberose. And you can see I've got a nice dent in this one. This is another one. I don't even know if I wore it last year because I was not in the mood for sweet perfumes last year. And that is very sweet. And again, this is sweet, but there's something about having like the licorice mixed in. Like if you have those darker notes mixed in, even if they're really sweet, they kind of just don't feel as syrupy sweet. This one though, You've probably seen the lovely Danielle talking about this. I gave her a bottle of this when she came over, and she absolutely hammered through it. In like, I think she was wearing it to bed, went through it really quickly, and then her friend gave her another bottle. So she's well stocked in this. I got this many years ago when I first started my channel, and I really liked it, so I kept wearing it. So it's called French Lavender and Tuberose, and I always thought it was mainly lavender, but I get a better sense of the tuberose nowadays, but I think it's because there is something soapy in this. And back when I first got it, I didn't have as many sort of gourmand leaning or full-on gourmand perfumes. So this one just smelled incredibly sweet and extremely gourmand to me, but I'd say this is a Flormond. And it's the notes they give you: mandarin orange in the top, and you can definitely smell that, especially when you first spray it. Middle notes lavender and tuberose, base notes vanilla and cacao. This smells like there's also a sugary whipped cream in it as well. There is something very, very sweet and creamy here that doesn't just smell like vanilla to me at all. This is like a delicious sweet lavender cream with a hint of vanilla, a little sprinkle maybe of some orange zest, and then you've got this very soapy, almost buttery tuberose with a sprinkle of cacao, just a little sprinkle of cacao. Oh, I really enjoyed wearing this. I was really happy to be wearing it. I was glad to pull it out again, and I was like, oh yeah. There's something very kind of soothing about this, and I guess that's because it smells both clean and sweet and kind of creamy, but it also has that lovely calming lavender in it. I wouldn't personally be able to wear this to bed because this is like a step too far into the sweetness, and if I put something on that's too sweet, I can struggle to sleep. But the lavender is so lovely. Like, definitely this is just a cozy perfume. It's really pretty. I wore it to work because I needed to be cozy because it was cold outside. I think the day I went out wearing this was Thursday, the rainy day. Oh, we had such a hideous day. We had a couple of hideous days actually this week. So yeah, the wind has arrived, the rain has arrived. We are apparently going to have a very cold winter this year, but they kind of always say that, and then we've had a few that are kind of mild with just a few weeks that are super cold. I don't know if we even had any snow or anything last year. So anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, aren't I? So thank you for watching. If there's anyone here who came purely to see the lovely Noir and has stayed with me the whole way through my rambly video, then welcome to my channel. If you enjoyed it, please do subscribe. For those of you who have already subscribed and you're always with me, I love you guys, you're amazing. I think I'm going to try and get a haul up this week, but it depends whether I can edit it in time. We shall see what I can manage to get out. But I have some stuff that I want to show you. I've got some perfumes that I bought recently that I want to show you. I am going to hunker down now with my laptop in bed. I'm going to do a little bit of editing on the 8 billion different videos that I've been filming in the last few weeks. And I'll see you again next Sunday, my darlings. Let me know if you've got any of these. Let me know what you've been wearing. And thank you again for watching. Bye, guys.